All right. So what did we learn today? We learned that AI in Oracle is very difficult. And like with most technologies, things, especially new technologies, things don't work necessarily the way you expect or the way they're documented. So in the example for function calling, when they're using this tool call ID in the response, so the agent says returns a response with the function, the JSON for the function that it thinks you should call. And then you call that function and then you call it back and you add this message, this tool message. So your role is tool, you add the function name and then the response. So, okay. I can probably already see some problems when we're returning like a bunch of rows from a table. Even as a CLOB, I don't know how that well that's going to work in the content there, but anyway, we can do it. I can already tell my program, the way I've got it set up, isn't set up to work well this way. So it's time to go back to the the drawing board and refactor a few things because I can see a better design. I just haven't figured it out yet, but I know there's a better design. So kind of call it quits for the day. Some of the things I did is, let's see if I can get this to come up. Um, what did we do? What did we do? Oh, in our, so I'm looking for those other values that you see here, like this tool call ID. I'm like, where are they getting that from? Um, and they seem to even know that they're getting a tool call back because it's message tool calls, and I didn't get anything back like that. So I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe it's like something in the response headers. So I added, thank you Stack Overflow for this one. Just added this to the post request, and it dumps all the response headers, and there's nothing in there that I can use. So I'm not even sure once I get this call together it's going to work. But um, what else did we learn? What else did we learn? This is where we've got so far as our example. Um, so we are creating a session. Here's our tool that's documenting basically a SQL function, a function that doesn't even exist because I'm not actually going to use this. I'm actually just going to parse the SQL out of this. Um, and then we ask it how many rows are in SQL log table. It comes back and we check the response to see if it looks like it answered with one of these function calls. So we're looking for basically a JSON array with the word arguments and a colon in it. That comes back. This all works. Then we've got to modify that response and add some curly braces to the outside of it because it comes back as a pure JSON array, unnamed array. Oracle doesn't like that, so we add the curly braces and we name the array functions. It's all getting dumped to this JSON to data table, which deserializes or serializes, I never know which, all the JSON into a table, which I can work with a lot easier with cursors and stuff like that. Now, you wouldn't want to do that if you were looking for super high performance, but most of the time, great performance, which is what Oracle just gives you most of the time anyway, is fine. And for this kind of stuff, we're going to be able to work very fast. You can always optimize later with some of the more complicated SQL schema stuff and all that. But it's a little harder to work with from scratch, especially if you're making a lot of changes. This interface works really easy for me. So we get some valid JSON, and then we grab and deserialize that into that table, and then we grab the root functions one arguments select statement, which is our SQL, and we run it and returns as a CLOB there. And that is at the point I would start making this call. And this is where I went, yeah, I'm not seeing, this isn't really working. I'm calling a procedure, it's calling a procedure to make the call. And so I want to come up with a better way to do that, and that's what I'm going to work on just thinking about next. So have a good weekend, and Hopefully I'll get some more videos up next week. But anyway, later.